a lot of different shit with 300 million.
Even your family, you saying?
Yes.
Like that? Okay.
Yes, like they, and on top of that,
he's the most sampled artist. They could have made all that money if he left the masters to them. They still would have made all that money.
But you know what though? The managing of that shit is so daunting. That's why I found out why Michael Jackson family, for a fucking crackhead price, sold his masters.
It was like 800 million, wasn't it?
No, I think it was like 600.
600.
It was something that is a crackhead price for Michael Jackson's entire catalog, everything.
Yeah,
It's fuck.
they
sell it to?
Not his, not just Michael Jackson.
No,
Sold it to Sony. Sony and Michael Jackson had a 50-50 split on the industry's masters.
No, they didn't.
Beatles.
Yes, they did.
No, it was 51-49 Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. So he had a slight majority owner.
Yeah,
That's why I think they killed him and all that shit. But that's why they sent notice to child.
The industry's masters.
Like everyone who had
Michael Jordan.
they masters with Sony, like Mariah Carey, Beatles, all that shit.
Michael Jackson met some dude
overseas,
maybe another artist, but some dude overseas.
I think it was
he told him
guitarist.
He told him like, "Yo, there's these companies in Europe, and they own everybody's masters in the United States." And he told Michael Jackson about these companies. So Michael Jackson bought one of them companies, and they owned like everyone's.
All those like European acts. It was that shit.
I actually think that he was talking to somebody from the Beatles. I think he spoke to somebody from the Beatles, and they said
him and Paul McCartney were like best friends.
I think that he told him that they didn't own the masters because what you were saying about the other company, and this was early, and I think like somewhere like 10 probably like 6 to 10 years down the line, the nigga ended up buying that company.
He bought that company for like $7 million.
It's called ATV. He bought them, and then Sony was like, "You own the masters to who?" And they found out it was something crazy. So Sony was like, "Well, we got Mariah Carey, Boyz II Men in them. How about we just do a joint venture and we just merge our companies, and then we'll just all own all the masters of the industry." So to Sony, what benefit would it be for Michael Jackson to die, go to jail, or have to sell off his half of the masters? What benefit to Sony would that be? Don't that sound?
So did Sony buy the Sony?
They bought it from his family for $600 million after, 51%? Yes, after he died.
Oh my god!
So just think about the entire everyone when up until like rap music, not rappers, but everyone else up until that point, everyone masters. If your shit was in America, you went through Sony. That's who held your masters. It was very rare that somebody's shit would not be held with Sony. So to have Michael Jackson own more than half of that, and then you like, if we get him out the way, it's $1 billion just for the rest of our lives. Like we can piece this off to our kids. Like we can do whatever with it. Yeah. So that's why when people start saying, "Oh, it's conspiracy," I'm like, I don't know how much they're talking about conspiracy. That's a valid reason to want to kill him off.
I would do it.
Kill him, put him in jail. So he have to. That's why when he did the "This Is It" tour, he was like, "I'm not selling it," because they was like, "Hey, Mike, man, you just went through that trial. You owe all this money. It's liquid. You ain't got that kind of. Sell us more of the company. We'll go ahead and take care of that for you. You good." Michael's like,
fuck that out,
"No, I'm going on tour." He's like, "I'm fucking Michael Jackson. I'm about to go on a world tour." And that's where that "This Is It" shit was about to come out. Did a whole documentary. Come on, how much? That's cash cow.
Documentary.
And guess what happened?
I watched that shit.
Next thing you know, he died. Mm-hmm. The motherfucker that killed him served 4 years. The doctor that they ended up blaming on 4 years out of here.
A couple mil.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, I'm not buying in conspiracy theory with Michael Jackson, because you tell me like Anna Nicole Smith, this bitch inherited, I think, only like a couple $100 million. They killed that bitch. Her and her son killed her. Got her the fuck out of here. Give me my father's shit.
You ever watch Blacklist?
We good? Nah.
So it's this type of shit. So
is that?
Yeah. I mean,
with that kind of money,
I'm not
man.
gonna get too much into it, but it's basically this dude. They call him a concierge of crime. Like he gets like, if you need a certain type of crime committed, he'll get you in with
what you need to be.
Can do it.
Oh, he's a connected daughter.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
The doc.
I'm only in the second season, but it's like he has this list of everyone who's like ever wronged him, and he tells the FBI, because he's the number 4 on FBI's most wanted list. So they want to arrest him, but he's like, I know more criminals than you even could imagine.
So I can sell you more. Yeah.
So basically, but it's shit like this. It's shit like, if you get rid of this motherfucker,
this is
400. Yeah, it's shit like
that.
That's
with that kind of. Would y'all not do that though? If you if you telling me this one bitch got me in court 10 years and she's holding up $300 million, just kill the bitch. Fuck it. And kill her son because he's the only descendant to the money. Kill them two, out of here.
Kill the bloodline, get the money.
And that's what happened.
That's rightfully
her
mine
son
anyways.
Died first. A year later, she dies, both from an overdose. We all know how you can do that. They get their fucking money. So after 10 years of court battling with this bitch about my daddy's money, you die and your son die. I get my dad's money. Fuck out of here.
If someone came, if my pops was a fucking millionaire and he married some gold digger,
this nigga was in a wheelchair.
Money, you actually got that in mind.
It's pictures of it, yo. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like, that's why I don't believe in like that shit saying conspiracy. I'm like, that's a couple $100 million. I don't think we need a conspiracy to know why a motherfucker want to kill a motherfucker. Like, I'm sorry, I'm $300 million. My dad.
So back to Wayne. You guys think 100 mil?
I started to think about it. Right, the $100 million that he sold his masters for. What masters was it? Because I think Birdman owns the early shit, albums, which is the Wayne that no one really gives a fuck. So let's start at, let's say, Carter 2? Carter 3, maybe?
Even then, though, he wasn't, Young Money just started right before the Carter 2, right? Yeah. So he wasn't even up there in the record company like that back. How does he own his masters to begin with?
Well, you probably a lot of times you can negotiate them back.
That lawsuit with Birdman.
The lawsuit with Birdman sometimes. Like he probably in some way, some form he negotiate. But my point is, Wayne's value was really on those mixtapes. So it's like he don't own the masters for that. So that's why when I first saw him, I'm like, yo, Wayne, that's crackhead price for Little Wayne. But I'm like, wait, Marvin, he probably sold a value of his catalog that he sold. Let's say he owned from Carter 2 on. How many albums do y'all think is worth $100 million?
He only sold them because of that fucking gun case. Because he's about to go to prison.
Yeah, he's about to go to prison.
Unless Trump commutes him. Trump can easily clean that right up. Speedy trial, baby.
But it doesn't say when the masters start.
That's what I'm saying. That's like we can assume, but let's say he owns his whole catalog. Again, those first few albums, that ain't worth shit. You rolling your weed up on those. You know what I mean? And then we hit Carter 2. That's where the value really starts at. Carter 3 is his masterpiece. Not my favorite album, but that's the one that everyone would say,
that's
hey,
the one where the singles are coming from.
That's where everything's coming from. To. Yeah, you get that, and then now you on Carter 4, Carter 5.
Carter 4's got songs that will probably be played.
Yeah, but after that, you start getting real shaky. He might have got out. He sold $100 million for maybe 2.5 albums. If we being honest,
even if it was all of his masters,
let's say all of his masters
going back and playing Carter 1, maybe Go DJ,
DJ, maybe
Trump gonna get him out of there.
As I'm saying, like maybe Go DJ on Carter 1. He got some other shit on there too, but you're not playing none of that 500 degree shit. That ain't happening. You know what I mean? 1? You didn't own none of them features you was on. So like, remember, Wayne was feature heavy as fuck. He was on other people's shit. So the value of his masters, of his shit that he could possibly own, let's just put his whole discography in there. Is it worth $100 million?
That's what I was thinking too.
Because initially it's Wayne. Like, so initially you think Wayne, you're like, what the fuck?
They're buying albums, right?
Yes, that's it.
He doesn't own the mixtapes. So
he don't own the mixtapes and he don't own the features.
Not buying. Honestly, even if they just bought Wayne's albums, nigga, you don't got nothing. You don't got much.
I think they bought that off his name.
Even if you just buy Wayne's albums,
yeah,
you do. I mean,
he might have finessed them niggas. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
No, for if I'm Sony or who bought it,
I don't remember. Some like it's these these rich people who's buying off. Yeah, Universal keeps buying people's masters. Where they get this fucking money from?
Though, it is a good deal because I got $100 million to fucking wipe my ass with. Fuck it, give it to Wayne. You're gonna make that back in a certain amount of time between Go DJ.
Let's say 10, 15 years, you make that $100 million back.
Money's gonna be playing in clubs forever.
6 foot, 7 foot. I just heard that in a fucking I heard a 6'7" in a is it a TV show or a movie? One or two. Some of them shit.
TikTok, yeah.
There's a TikTok.
He does have it. If you to play the long game, he has those tracks where it's worth $100 million. But for him, I'm taking it. I feel like that's a good deal on both sides. He's got money, but he ain't got that kind of money.
But here's my issue:
$100 million.
He just won his lawsuit with Birdman for $50 million.
51, yeah,
$51 million. You can't get he can hustle that money back. That 51 million was just from the money he wasn't paid.
He made
like
so much more money off of Wayne than that 51 mil, bro.
No, the thing was, it was him and Wayne had a partnership. Birdman Birdman went to the label and said, "Hey, give me the money." They like, "All right, here you go, 100 million." And he like, "I ain't getting Wayne shit." And he just ran off with his money. Like that's kind of weird old shit. But yeah, but he did. But that's what I'm saying. Like Wayne could bring in some more artists and probably get if let's say he plays that same long game. Can Wayne bring in? Well, no, never mind. Wrong shit. Wayne don't even manage his own music, so Wayne take the money and go.
That's what I'm saying.
He's actually being fired sued by one of his former managers.
Cortez, right?
Cortez is suing him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for
suing him
for like 20 mil.
Deservingly so. Y'all know how much Cortez managed this motherfucking music career?